Somebody who was at the last Starcast was also one of your more viral hits, and it just blew the fuck up. Marc Mero. I always fucking loved him. When I was a kid, I seen the WCW show where he wrestled. What was it? Vinny Vegas, who's now Kevin Nash, and I'm a total NWO mark. At any point during that Marc Mero interview, when he was talking about Sable, did you ever feel like going, "Shut the fuck up! You got to bang her. I hope you die of coronavirus."
um, you know what? I thought the hardest part of that Marc Mero interview, and I wish I'd had more time on it, but he was another guy that was made it clear he was going to be very strict on his time. Was he does this speech? He's a motivational speaker, which by the way, he told me he's paid $4,000 per appearance. So for everyone that says, "Oh, I agree," okay, I'm not saying he's a bad guy or anything, but he does do these appearances for the money. But the hardest part was he was breaking him from his like standard speech that he tells every day, every week. He wanted to, I noticed he didn't really want to answer my questions. When I started throwing questions at him, he would like quickly answer them and go back into his general speech about his life that he gives every day. I would have liked to have asked him more about his career as Johnny B. Bad and more about his personal career. But yes, the topic does often turn to Sable. And I do, you know what? He is a great guy, but you know what? It makes my stomach turn because with what happened with Brock and Sable, like if somebody did that to me, man, I'd be fucking pissed. I would at least say I don't want to talk about it, but I wouldn't go and say like, "Oh, good for them, they're very happy." Blah 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 blah. That just makes my stomach turn as a man because I understand being positive, but to have a guy basically steal your wife while you're at home looking after the wife's kid, and you got your wife in the wrestling business to begin with, to be so positive about the whole underhanded crap that went on there kind of disgusts me because they could have just broken up with Mark. Sable could have broken up with Mark over that. And I could understand if Brock said, "Hey, man, sorry, we fell in love. It's just the way things fall into place." But the whole point that Brock and him never even talked about it, it's like whether I could beat up Brock or not, I would have still tried to fight him over that.
Yeah, I just can't wait for the day that the Jim Ross interviews Marc Mero because JR is kind of infamous for his, let's just say, getting into the sexual side of questions. We'd be like, Marc Mero, when you came to the WWE as a wild man with Sable and you got in a feud with Steve Austin, the only question that comes to mind is, the Sable taking up the ass?
Well, Jim Ross actually did interview Mark. He did interview Mark. He didn't go there. I that's the one thing, going back to Conrad for a second, that's the one thing that turns me off about some of the Conrad's podcasts is that we have to hear so much about Jim Ross's dick and Jim Ross's sex life and Eric Bischoff's fucking his wife. It's like, ugh, this is disgusting. I don't want to hear about this shit.
Yeah, we want to hear him about fucking Kimberly.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to hear stories about Kimberly Page's sex life, which is, she's on my list, by the way. If anyone out there can hook me up with how to interview her, I'd love to get an interview with her.